Alright, working on the garage a little bit here today. Thought I'd video this in case it helps someone. I got the 44-inch blower on this S240. This would be the same blower you'd have on the 100 series. But anyway, it's got this handle for the lift, which it's alright if the blower itself is all you're lifting. But it gets kind of awkward if you get any snow packed up in the blower or on top. It gets pretty heavy to lift this thing. It's got these lift assist springs on the front, which help a little bit. But yeah, when this thing gets snowpacked, it gets pretty heavy. So I was gonna try and come up with a winch setup here to lift this. I'd have to find the video again, but I seen another one on YouTube where somebody had mounted this to the frame under the tractor here and ran the cable up along the side along a roller to pull on this handle to help lift the blower, so you didn't have to do it by hand. And it looked like that was probably the quick and easiest way to do it without making a bunch of modifications for fabbing up a bracket for lifting the blower up directly in the front. And then it still leaves access to open up the hood and stuff. So I think I'm gonna try that first and see how it goes. But I'll document as I go here and let you follow along. All right, well, this is where we're at so far. Got the winch mounted underneath. Pretty much how I figured it would go. I just got it pretty much flush with the back of this frame for the belt drive. And it's just 2 bolts, one on top, one on bottom. Drilled 2 holes, marked them, and fits pretty good on there. I mean, it's still pretty good ground clearance. I mean, it doesn't hang any further down than the belt drive does. So I think that'll work out just fine. And then I was trying to figure out how to mount the roller on here. I guess to not catch on anything and not be a lot of resistance. I was just gonna mount this directly on the side of the step. I know that's how that other video I watched was on a Cub Cadet, but the angle wasn't quite right, and it kind of wanted to rub in the top here between these 2 rollers. So I ended up this winch kit, I'll post a link probably for which one I ordered, but it comes with this mounting plate. So I ended up just cutting it in half basically, and then these were the holes that were already existing in the plate, and I just put my level on there, got it level, and centered it with the middle of the reel of the winch, marked my holes, and that's where it ended up. So, but yeah, it seems to fit pretty good. I think it'll work all right. I took the other half of the plate I cut off and used that to kind of sandwich it in on the back side of the step here. So I don't have anything painted yet, but this is just kind of a temporary mock-up. But it seems pretty sturdy. I mean, it flexes a little bit, you know, this is just thin gauge metal, but I don't think it'll be too much for trying to lift the blower. And I might, I don't know, even if it does bend it a little bit, I might just run a support from the frame here to the bottom of this, maybe to this bolt or something, just to keep it from flexing too much. And then I was trying to figure out how I was gonna mount it to the handle, and I ended up, I just got a 1/2-inch shackle from Harbor Freight. I think I'm just gonna mount that here, and then you can easily thread the pin in for it and put your hook on from the winch, so it's easy removal for when you go to take it off. So I think I'm got this marked. Just gonna clean off the paint, probably weld that on there. And we'll go from there, see how it works. All right, here's the mostly finished product. I took the door off the, I guess, little storage compartment and set the remote in there. It fits pretty good. I think that'll be an all right spot to run the buttons. And then got the shackle welded on the tube. Paint job isn't great, but it's good enough for me. And then you can easily just thread the pin out and pull the hook off. So it should be pretty easy to remove. I'm probably gonna pull this plate off and paint it so that kind of matches. But yeah, all I ended up doing was I just bent these tabs down on that winch mount. I heated it up and beat them down with the hammer to give me the angle I wanted. But got the wires hooked up on the winch. I just got them zip tied to the motor so they don't hang down at all. But I'm pretty happy with it. I wish I maybe welded the shackle a little further to the front because it lines up good with the blower all the way down, but it does get pretty far angled back as you raise it, which shouldn't be a problem since you don't usually fully raise it all the time, so I'm not too worried about it. But I ended up just going through the cowl to hook up to the battery. My only complaint with the winch is these wires are rather short, so they don't give you a lot of extra room. I was gonna try and run it under the body down to the motor, but there just wasn't enough room and length of wire. So I ended up having to put it this way. But I think I'm just gonna get some 3M pads to stick down and zip tie the wires to so they're not flopping around too much and getting caught on your feet. But it should be easy to remove this way for putting the deck back on. But it seems to work pretty well. This is pretty sturdy. It doesn't move around a whole lot. But yeah, it's just easy. Hit the button and seems to work pretty good. It's pretty quick too. So I'm happy with that. But as you can see, it kind of likes to favor the back side of that roller as you raise it all the way up. So yeah, if anything, I would have moved this a little further forward, but it seems to work all right this way. And then yeah, you can just drop it down. And then to disengage the lock pin, I just pulled it out of the hole and pushed it to the side so it won't engage. So if I do need to use it manually, it's pretty easy to push the pin back in and then you can use it by hand again in case something does go wrong with the winch. But there it is. We'll try it out when we get some more snow here. Thanks for watching.